In the United States, the second Sunday in May is Mother's Day. It's a day to honor and remember every mother, but especially your own mother, the person who will have the most profound impact on your life, whether you realize that or not.
As the Twin Daily Sentinel opined on May 13th, 1916, there is only infamy for one who is capable of forgetting or dishonoring the mother who bore him.
I can't help but agree with that sentiment. And so today we're going to remember the life story of the woman for whom the holiday Mother's Day was created. It is history that deserves to be remembered.
Anne Maria Reeves Jarvis was born in West Virginia in September 1832. She married Granville Jarvis in 1850 and had 11 children, but only 4 of them lived to adulthood. The children died from illnesses that swept through Appalachia. It was a sad fact that nearly 30% of infants born in the 19th century died before reaching 1 year of age.
Granville Jarvis was the son of a Baptist minister, and faith had a large role in both their lives. Anne Maria Jarvis mourned her children and decided to funnel that sadness into a productive response. She organized groups that she called Mother Day Work Clubs across Taylor County, West Virginia. The groups, which met in churches and traveled to people's houses, taught the mothers in the area about childhood diseases, how to create sanitary conditions in the home. Before it was required by law, the groups helped develop programs to inspect bottled milk and protect the health of children through safe food.
They also raised funds to help combat infant mortality and purchase medicine for needy families. The Mother's Day work clubs sometimes hired help for mothers who suffered from tuberculosis and needed additional hands at home. Anne Maria's brother, Dr. James Reeves, freely gave his advice to the groups, and they benefited from his wisdom. He is remembered by historians particularly for his work in combating typhoid epidemics in Northern Virginia, so the information was well within his area of expertise.
In addition to helping mothers with their children, Anne Maria Jarvis encouraged the clubs to remain neutral in the American Civil War, which was particularly difficult in her part of the country. Some say that Anne Maria Jarvis was the only person to pray for the soul of Thornsbury Bailey Brown, who was considered one of the first Union soldiers to be killed in the conflict.
She asked Mothers Group members to feed, clothe, and care for soldiers on both sides. After the war was decided, Anne Marie Jarvis organized a Mother's Friendship Day in an effort to encourage friendships between parties who, just a short time earlier, had been shooting at each other.
Anne Maria Jarvis gave a talk on the importance of reconciliation and unity. Bands played patriotic music, and at the close of the program, everyone was invited to sing Auld Lang Syne. Those who attended the event said everyone was in tears by the end.
By all accounts, Anne Maria Jarvis was a powerful speaker and gave many lectures at churches and clubs. It was during one of these speaking moments that her daughter, Anna Jarvis, would hear her say, "I hope and pray that someone, sometime, will found a memorial Mother's Day commemorating her for the matchless service she renders to humanity in every field of life." This phrase would stick with Anna Jarvis the rest of her life and be what she pointed to as her motivation for creating the holiday, Mother's Day.
After the Jarvis family moved to Grafton in 1864, Anne Maria Jarvis continued her social work and taught Sunday school at the Andrews Methodist Episcopal Church. Beyond simply teaching, she was superintendent of the primary Sunday school department for 25 years.
When Granville Jarvis died in 1902, Anne Maria moved to Philadelphia to be near her remaining family. She died of heart troubles on May 8, 1905, and was buried in West Laurel Hill Cemetery. Anne Maria's 4 surviving children were at her bedside when she passed, and Anna Jarvis had cared for her mother until the end of her life.
Anna Jarvis mourned the death of her mother as profoundly as Anne Maria had mourned her children. She held a private ceremony to honor her mother in 1907, and the next year a service was held at Andrews Methodist Church to honor all mothers. Anna Jarvis was unable to attend as she still lived in Philadelphia, but she sent hundreds of white carnations, her mother's favorite flower, to the attendees, and also organized her own service at Wanamaker Store Auditorium that afternoon.
President Woodrow Wilson signed a congressional resolution in 1914 creating the official holiday of Mother's Day. The holiday had had a rocky development through Congress, with the joke being, if we make a Mother's Day, then we'll have to make a mother-in-law's day too. Another representative said, every day with me is a Mother's Day.
But Anna Jarvis's tireless letter-writing efforts and rallying on behalf of her mother and mothers everywhere were finally recognized. Anna Jarvis would go on to protest the commercialization of Mother's Day and end her days in an asylum, partially paid for by the people she was protesting against.
The Andrews Methodist Church, the site of the first Mother's Day celebration, is now the International Mother's Day Shrine, and in October 1992 was designated a National Historic Landmark. Mother's Day has been adopted by countries around the world, though it is celebrated on different days, depending on the country.
And on a personal note from everyone here at the History Guy, this is my grandmother. Her name was Christy Bradford, and I miss her every day. And she gave me lots of things. She was a teacher her entire life, and one of the things she did was introduce me to the prints of Audubon's Birds of North America, where I saw that great picture of Washington's eagle, of which History Guy fans should be familiar. And of course, she gave me this amazing woman who is my mother, and she's astounding. She runs and operates her own magazine. She's always been my biggest fan through thick and thin, even when I did crazy things like give up a corporate job to run a YouTube channel. She's still the History Guy's biggest fan, and I really say Happy Mother's Day to you, Mom.
And this is my mother here, and this is me before my hair was pink. My mother had 4 girls. I am number 2 of the 4, and she has always been there for me, encouraging me that I could do anything that I set my mind on doing. And last year, we actually almost lost my mother to a sudden heart attack. So I just feel so thankful that she's here, and I want to say, I love you, Ma.
She's a great mother-in-law, too. And of course, there's this mother in my life and the mother of our beautiful daughter, Willow. These two have so much fun together. Sometimes I have to stop filming because they're all the way upstairs laughing. And it's wonderful to share life with a wonderful mother. So to mothers everywhere, thank you for that matchless service that you render to humanity in every field of life. I hope you enjoyed this episode of The History Guy, short snippets of forgotten history between 10 and 15 minutes long. And if you did enjoy, please go ahead and click that thumbs up button. If you have any questions or comments or suggestions for future episodes, please write those in the comment section. I will be happy to personally respond. Be sure to follow The History Guy on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and check out our merchandise on teespring.com. And if you'd like more episodes on forgotten history, all you need to do is subscribe.